Man, Coast definitely very serious about this, though. 2 mid lane bans already focused at Shiphtur. 2 down probably means they'll do a third. And
Is it going to be Ahri?
This might cause Coast to rethink their situation here. Maybe if they were going to ban a mid lane champion, they'll actually save it so that they have another option, since EG exactly will probably go with the Ahri. Shiphtur definitely making the comeback with that Lichbane Ahri versus TSM, making it famous.
I think it's Krepo making the jokes. He's like really gesturing very heavily, like Yellowpete's looking over at him.
It's just cold.
He's just making a lot of moves. The Jax goes away from ZionSpartan. I don't think anyone's surprised here. So Elise for Nintendude. All the junglers aside from Pantheon get through. Nintendude getting first pick of the litter.
So many bans for the solo lanes. Definitely going to be able to pick up whatever jungler you want. Elise is a first pick jungler for many, many players in the pro scene for obvious reasons. Very, very strong early pressure. And she also has a good answer for Vi, actually. I like having Elise into Vi because a lot of the times if Vi's trying to counter gank you, catch you out in a bad spot, repel her ultimate, and you could easily turn that around, but they don't lock it in.
Yeah, EG make, I think, a smarter audible there with Olaf, and I feel like Olaf could beat up Elise in the jungle because she'll get you low and then you'll hit W and just like lifesteal at 500% attack speed.
Yeah, so with Elise, a lot of it depends on is she getting the jump on you, because her combo is devastating. If she starts it off, from a bush or something, gets the full cocoon into full rotation of damage combo, then you're at half life when you start the battle with her before you even get to retaliate. But if the Olaf can dodge at least the cocoon, then he'll be fine in that matchup. And he brings so much early game damage that he could handle himself.
Yeah, and it's funny because even, outside of power concerns where, of course, he's gone for Elise, Olaf is basically Nintendo's favorite champion. So I feel like he'll know a lot of what Snoopeh can bring to him and play around it. We'll see if that happens there. Lucian and Thresh picked up here for the bottom lane there, getting mostly the pick of the litter there. Of course, Caitlyn already grabbed for Yellowpete. We'll see how these guys stack up.
Yeah, what kind of support do you want to run into this Thresh? Probably an Annie, I would say, for Krepo. But Krepo, he's actually one of the guys that talks about how Thresh is a very strong counter to Leona, whereas many people go the other way with it, just because Krepo really good with those timings on the plays. Yeah, so I have to see if he actually wants to take the reverse matchup or not.
Well, we've seen actually, like, lane matchups can be very different from what happens in the actual endgame matchups. If you think about, I believe it was our second game of the night, where it was like, yeah, they had Leona. We had to always be afraid of the ability of Saint to start to fight out with Leona ulti, and they managed to play around it there in team fights. There it is going to be Annie picked up. The Shyvana likely top lane here for InnoX. So happy to play a nice safe bruiser top laner there.
Now, it's a pretty beastly front line here for Evil Geniuses already in the works.
Which way do you think that's going? Top Lee Sin or top Elise?
I think it will be top Lee Sin. That's a very InnoX style champion.
Zion.
Zion. Oh, yeah. Well, Zion, same thing. InnoX and Zion are very similar
players.
So, ZionSpartan, big fan of the Hydra Lee Sin. I wonder if he'll go with that split pushing strategy that has worked out so well for them.
We'll see. It's going to be fun to watch for. We did actually see top Elise.
Yeah.
It was played in the EU LCS this week.
Elise is very, very poor at split pushing, though. She's not strong with the wave clear. It takes her a long time to shove that up. So, again, yeah, I think it's going to be Nintendude Jungle Elise, top lane Lee Sin, going up against that Shyvana.
Ooh, looking at the mid laner for Pobelter here, knowing he's fighting against Nidalee, and it's going to be Zed picked up here for Pobelter. So, very different styles of mid laner. Shiphtur, of course, back to Nidalee here, happy to play that champion. I do want to see how this game matches up there, because as much as we talk about Lee Sin being a split pusher, he has much less team fight presence than Jax. But this is like the same type of team that Coast ran 2 weeks ago when they got their 2-0 week.
Yeah, exactly. And the Nidalee heals, they'll help out that Lee Sin, but it's not really the maximum synergy that you get with that Jax, who just obliterates people with any sort of attack speed. They're just playing tricks with us now. We wait till the 10 seconds, and then we'll make the final call on that switch.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, though, we can talk about that mid lane, because Pobelter, his love for Zed has been reignited. He's a lot more confident in the lane matchups now after revisiting the champion. A lot of people just ditched him after the slowing of the shadows, the little changes to him. But it's been long enough that people have been putting back the games on him, And they're getting used to the timing. And once you get used to the timing, he's still just very similar in power to what he used to be.
He just does different things. He one-shots you a bit less, but he gets out a little bit better. Now, guys, we've seen the lineups, we've seen the players. Let's get into the Rift and do some quick calculations. According to lolesports.com, 57% think the evil geniuses are going to be the intellectual superior in this match. 57%, very close margin here. And even though Coast has the 2-0 record against these guys heading into it, fans still voting for those guys.
Yep, voting against the numbers here. See if they can turn it around. Team Coast this time, as you said, very similar composition to the previous split push that they were going with. So that makes me think the Hydra Lee Sin is in Zion's future. That
I think
actually, it depends on a pretty good early lane. So I don't know about the jungle pressure from that Elise. Maybe an early visit top. I mean, it's a very, very strong tower diving combo.
A lot of damage.
I mean, the tower dive, though, especially because they both have executes, it's definitely a strong move if Nintendo can get control of that top side.
You know, I have seen top Lee Sin a little bit in the pro scene. Insec, the former top laner of KT Bullets, if I have my roster correct, played Brutalizer Last Whisper Rush Lee Sin.
Yeah.
And just like, I'm going to just burst someone out with Qs.
He also takes teleport, though.
Yeah,
so.
True.
Zion has a different game plan. He just wants to shove solo by himself all the way into the base of EG. EG with a classic bottom invade here. They do this quite often, so Coast would probably be very familiar with this strategy.
Yeah. Krepo has a stun. WizFujiiN has not learned a skill yet, so we'll have flash and the dash if he needs it. Waiting around for him here. EG just waiting on this side. You've got Yellowpete up to the north a bit, spotting out if someone wants to invade from the river. When will they go for WizFujiiN? Because right now, otherwise, Coast are being completely defensive. And there's nothing they can do right now where they stand. Their wards aren't available. They can't put anything down.
So they just pinged out that bottom or the back side of the red bush there, throwing that volatile spider. They know nobody's in there for EG. That's got to make WizFujiiN a little bit more antsy. He's already walking back and forth, pacing. He's ready for the invade, but knowing that they aren't that top side, definitely going to tip him off.
Okay, so the recalls come in. WizFujiiN managed to watch this try-bar successfully. No one came through. And the junglers are going to start, let's see.
Bottom side.
Bottom side, yes indeed. EG going to give their jungler a leash. Coast much more selfish in their duo lane. Going to go for the early lead there against the Caitlyn Annie lane. Well-timed Q, and they're going to start this one out. Snoopeh loading his Q, of course. Standard Olaf start. Very fast jungle clear for this Olaf. Nintendude slowly getting down this camp. At least she has spiderlings for company. Olaf at least with friends. Mid lane matchup. Actually, a couple minions actually missed by Shiphtur. I guess one, technically. Okay, 2 minions missed by Shiphtur. Come on, man. Not even getting pressured yet.
Well, a lot of Zed's laning phase depends on hitting those Qs, and Pobelter did just miss his Q as well. So, not a perfect start already for both.
No. We'll see what happens. ZionSpartan is starting with E, Tempest Cripple. Does magic damage. See if that matters much in this thing. Actually, it's kind of interesting because you would normally stack armor against Lee Sin, but if he wants to max Tempest and Cripple, he'll do decent damage against an armor stacker. Good damage there onto Krepo, actually.
It's a combo. Nice trade back there for EG.
Yeah.
Yellowpete does not back away when his support is attacked, and they get a favorable trade. Very well done by him. Now that the double buffs are up for at least, that level 3 first gank. See what he can do with this one, because that's one of her strongest moments in time. Placing the ward does mean that Pobelter should be aware of the presence of Nintendude topside river here.
He pinged out the route that Nintendude took right there. Looks like he's safe for this one. And Daydreamin went deeper utility tree. Had enough gold for 2 potions, whereas Krepo only had enough for 1. So both these guys 1 potion deep under their opening builds. But Daydreamin back up to full there after that trade. We'll see if they can make some more way in. ZionSpartan up to level 3. Just 1 point and everything. Pretty standard stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of ways you can build the Lee Sin. You can actually max any of his abilities first and have a reason to do so. So I want to keep track on what Zion goes for here.
And round out bottom lane, even though they helped out with the pull, because Caitlyn is great at shoving, constantly auto-attacking, and they did a pretty good job in that trade. They were able to get the minion wave back in their favor.
And we can see that
the ping up top there for Elise.
All right, there's no ward.
He might be coming for that early dive I was looking for.
See where it goes with this one. He's so far just chilling in the river brush. Pobelter looking for damage on Shiphtur. Gets a bit.
Again, Qs don't land.
True.
He's not going to get that harass that he wants.
Just regenning off the Doran's ring. Doran's shield for Pobelter, meaning only a little. Yeah, lands the Q. There we go. And it's going to be... And I believe you can always see that ward go down. So Coast should know about that lane ward, but it's just going to be the recall for Nintendude.
That was 15 seconds up top for Nintendude. Not getting anything out of it. Just pure waste of time right there. For Jungle Elise, not the best start. Meanwhile, Snoopeh trying to make something happen. Already with a ward in this bush, though, might be wasted time for him as well.
Yeah, this feels weird because the lane's not pushing out anyway.
There's no way. They aren't playing aggressive either. So.
Yeah, I feel like Snoopeh's going to waste his time here as well. Damage on a Daydreamin.
Go
for
it.
it. Pops Ghost. Flash by Daydreamin, though. It's all he's going to get.
Yeah. Talk about wasting time. He just walks right on a trap. Easy follow-up stun there from Krepo, and they get a flash.
All right, it's going to be damage on the InnoX now again. ZionSpartan level 5 here. Same for InnoX. Of course, maxing burnout, pretty standard. The Lee Sin. 2 points in Tempest Cripple.
You can always tell who the aggressor in the lane is going to be, though. Doran's Blade started versus Doran's Shield started. Yeah. Obviously, Zion trying to shove. Get as many auto attacks as he can. It also benefits the lifesteal that he gets from his Safeguard. So,
yeah,
it's going to help him out in the sustain game.
Let's see what he can get out of this one. 5 health per auto attack, extra 10 AD, going to leech a bit. WizFujiiN 43 minions to Yellowpete's 36, so a small lead here. Remember, this is a lane where at one point EG got 3 kills by about 3 minutes, Yellowpete getting 2 of them, and the lane still went even. So as far as history is concerned, Coast have done pretty well in this duo lane matchup. Right now, a small lead of 4 minions. We'll see where it goes from here. But they're both getting close to the money for a BF sword. About 200 gold shy.
Oh, this is a perfect time to go for the dive, and I like how Snoopeh is in the area.
Ooh. Nice choice.
Very well predicted dive, but Zion goes for
dive
the solo!
in for Zion, finds him alone, level 6, makes it happen, makes the push happen just in time. Snoopeh unable to help. Nicely played.
Wow, Zion.
And some excited fans. Wow! Nintendude wanted it.
Snoopeh's got to watch himself there, though. Nintendude making some plays for himself, and they're able to get control of the turret. That means another wave that will at least die to it.
Yeah, and
split decision has to go for tower damage, though.
But they got the best of both worlds there, so they don't get the turret, but they got the kill on the top laner, and because of the damage on Snoopeh, he didn't even get to leech the experience himself. So you said, yeah, the minions got lost. They completely did.
Plus, even though EG saw there was a pink ward in there, and the axes from Olaf landing onto Nintendude, they weren't able to go clear it out. So now he has to clear it out late. He misses out on minions while he's doing this. Though. Another bush gank here. Nintendude constantly chugging those potions, even at max health. He just hit level 6. He has enough fury for his...
There's a slow.
Oh,
he missed a cocoon.
Whoopsies.
That's unfortunate. Going to shove the wave, maybe one more, then they're going to go back. We'll see what items they go for. Shiphtur opens up with a cloth armor and a Tear of the Goddess. Wants the mana, but wants the armor.
Showing up there, because he spent so much time in that bush, not only did he waste that time, but he also tipped off EG that there's nobody down by Dragon to contest it. Great call here from EG, immediately collapsing. That was maybe 5 seconds after they just saw Elise up top. Boom, everybody's in place. Great objective for EG.
500 gold lead despite the top lane gank making it happen and pushing Snoopeh back to base. Well done here. Both junglers sitting on a Spirit Stone and boots. InnoX getting a quick push up the top lane. And it is going to be team out. So you're right, it's going to be at least a team out here for ZionSpartan. Wanted to go attack damage focused. Points, by the way, going into Tempest and Cripple. Magic damage for him. A lot of AoE, a lot of wave clear. See what he does with it. Nintendude level 6 blue buffs respawning here. We'll see where they go.
Yeah, he's a little late if he wants to go for any kind of invade. And it would even be a bad decision because now at this point, Olaf does have his ulti. Even if he gets cocooned, he can come out on top. Nintendude has put a lot of money into that vision control, though. So I really want to pay attention to this pink ward placement. If he's looking at putting it in that top bush of the river, then he's not only going to be able to place his, but remove the EG pink ward.
True. Get a 2-for-1. Really, really powerful. They can make it happen.
Oh, he's going for it, and he pinged it out.
Yeah.
Very happy about that one.
They do know it's warded, though. He put the ward down first. So they'll be like, by the way, avoid this brush, but that's fine. Not that dangerous for these guys. Coast. Shiphtur in the mid lane, back on Nidalee once more. 71 to 85 in minions. Small lead to Pobelter in that matchup. Look at the AD carries, small lead to WizFujiiN, but otherwise these guys pretty much trading equally. You see the gold now only 200. So it was 500 when the Dragon went down, shrunk a little bit more here. These AD carries just going for their Bloodthirsters and starting out the game normally.
Snoopeh is just hard farming as well on Olaf. He wants to get beefy before he makes any action happen. Interesting choice there. Whenever you have a top laner that's already losing the lane, it is dangerous to try and go up there too, because Nintendude has shown a tendency to continue to gank that lane, and if you run into a 2 versus 2 situation where your top lane is already going to be behind, then not only are you going to lose one lane, but you also lose control of your jungle. I think it's a good job by Snoopeh.
Oh, flash play to Yellowpete. Oh, the hook lands afterwards! Whoa. Well played, Daydreamin. Makes the kill happen out of nowhere.
So Nintendude, this visit bottom, very, very successful. He placed that no, that was a previously played. That was Krepo's, or Daydreamin. Daydreamin's pink ward in the tri-bush.
Well done by these guys. Shiphtur's going to clear away his minions some more.
Pobelter.
16 minions. Pobelter's leading. Heading towards the bottom. They spot at least a little bit. Not too much found. Pressure on this turret, but they've got to be careful not to get counterattacks. Snoopeh's waiting in the wings. No gank comes through, though. Nintendude's safe.
Now, I want to watch Pobelter's
Gonna find the
progress in the mid lane here, because Pobelter is actually the best option for a counter split push for ZionSpartan. Towards the end game, they actually aren't going to want InnoX up there trying to go head to head. They're probably going to opt for Pobelter to take over those duties. And the first meeting between Zion and Pobelter will really tell a lot about how the rest of the game is going to go.
For what it's worth,
Definitely want to keep an eye on that matchup.
For what it's worth, I really like Lee Sin in that matchup. Because you can kick Zed away as soon as he ults in, and at least he puts his W down in time, he can't come back. And then Zion can just like full heal off a minion wave with his W. So I want to see how it actually pans out, because Pobelter might be able to burst him out all at once.
The fight is going to go very quickly.
Yeah.
When they do mid, and when they do meet, so. He might even be walking down here. I like that defensive ward that was placed by Snoopeh after his pink one was dead.
Another stun lands into Krepo. Goodbye! Daydreamin picks it up with an Ignite tick. 1-0 and 1.
Whoa.
Blocked by WizFujiiN. Nice. Protecting his jungler. The fight here in the top lane. Snoopeh's coming soon. ZionSpartan and InnoX down to have about half HP each, but InnoX getting the better of him right here. No. Uh-oh, he's still going in, but there's an Olaf nearby. The Flash Dragon form is not going to be enough. Zion jumps to a trinket.
Especially lane ganks against Lee Sin, often extremely ineffective because he has so many escapes. So not much going to happen there. I think that might have been a little bit desperate from Snoopeh because Nintendude is camping bottom. He wants to make something happen.
He laughs at him. Laughs and puts the recall down. Zion, half HP, not afraid at all.
Tags him.
Of these two. Goes in onto the ward, kicks InnoX back. And there comes the lead, so they have the damage they need. Zion running away with Ignite on him. Goes into that fight because he needs to. They should 1-for-1 Nintendude versus Snoopeh. Not good for Nintendude. Has to flash away. 1-for-1 fight.
Whew. Close there.
Close.
But yeah, it is going to be Snoopeh with control of the lane, so he has the option of pushing it. Both of them back off and leave it.
Yellowpete is not having a good time in this lane. He is losing health constantly. And the fights are going better and better for Coast right here. Aftermoon might have been right about this read.
Lucky for Pete, though, he's got a Vamp Scepter up on WizFujiiN, so he's trying to sustain as best he can under the turret. Get as many autos off as possible.
It's going to be the minion skill. Every time we look at Shiphtur, he's like wave clearing as Cougar form under his turret. Pobelter is constantly pushing him and then leaving, trying to make plays, and he can't find anything to do. He's constantly looking, gets halfway down the river, and is like, nope, they see me.
Well, there's not a lot of options right now for Shiphtur. He's gone with a tier start for Nidalee.
Sure.
There's no power there. He's just trying to get as much money as possible from farming and stack up the tier. Now that he goes back to base, purchasing that Nice with large rod, plays are possible.
Nintendude versus Pobelter, some good damage coming across. Pobelter has the ulti. But of course, Nintendude could repel the application. Not in human form, though. That is not good for Nintendude. He should not have switched forms there. Good pick out there, Pobelter.
That's going to be really good news for Pobelter. He can finish his Brutalizer with that and go to see if he can match with Zion up top.
Take some turret shots for his trouble, but you can see this turret taking more and more pain, down about 1/5. No wards for Zion, though, and his trinket's down. So, no, it's back up. I take it back. He's got wards, too. So he's ready to jump away if he needs to.
All right, Snoopeh has to be drawn to the mid lane after the aggression that Pobelter just put out, so they do know where EG's jungler is. Could open up the rest of the lanes for more aggression here. As you can see, Zion pressing InnoX very, very hard.
Yeah, he's doing some good damage here. If InnoX runs out of potions, he's going to have to give up the turret without jungle pressure. Actually, the recall comes in from InnoX right now, and no one's coming to help, so ZionSpartan might soon be rewarded with a turret kill for his Lee Sin vs Shyvana matchup.
Same thing for Pobelter, though. And Shiphtur's still just as squishy as he used to be.
True. Cloth armor not that defensive. Zion 250 gold for killing the turret and being near it. Good ward sweep by Pobelter. Already the red trinkets, 3 red trinkets this early on for EG. They are already trying to get vision control.
The next successful gank, either mid or bottom, will turn into a dragon, though, and that dragon will be worth much more than the first. So this dead, even game, just so close right now, will easily be tipped here. Did Nintendude sneak past that pink? He's trapped himself in this
pink
in the dragon pit.
Getting slowed by Snoopeh. Puts the ulti on. He's not going to get CC'd at all. Lantern
Takes
comes
a lot
in.
of damage, though.
Yeah. Down about 2/3. Nintendude about the same.
Both top laners immediately coming down. Hey, guys, dragon fight time.
Yep.
Everybody's joined the party.
Fighting in the mid lane now. Level 11 for Zion. Doesn't want to go in. Scared of Pobelter for good reason. Ruin King is done for Pobelter, though. He has hit a pretty big power spike right now. Scary man to watch out for in fights. And level 11.
He actually had enough to finish the whole Ruin King instead of going with the Brutalizer. Very big spike for him right now. The ward coverage around this dragon pit, very important for both teams. I like this one from Snoopeh because Elise and Lee Sin, very, very easy for them to do dragon over the back. So even if you have vision leading into the pit, you actually have to have vision of the dragon itself, see the life bar, make sure they aren't sneaking it behind the wall.
See if they can find it. Shiphtur does not dodge the Q. We kill off the minions some more. These guys just keep flaming back and forth, but the bottom lane turret, the push is just there for Nintendude. Looks like no one's there to answer it.
InnoX went top here, but Zion stayed bottom. So they take a turret. Now they have control of the dragon area. They actually even started up. InnoX is on his way. This could be a very explosive fight.
This will be interesting. It's going to be a 5-on-5 pretty soon. Hook onto Snoopeh. He's going to go in for this one. Ulti not yet available for a second. Pobelter almost there for Daydreamin. He would die if they go for it. Cocoon's going to stop the ulti in, but there's Timbers onto 2. WizFujiiN low on health. In comes Zed. ZionSpartan's going to kick him back. Pobelter low on health, burning down. They're going to flash over the wall. Nintendude's still trying to run. He might die as well. It's going to be the ulti coming across. InnoX picks up 1, but the answer comes back in. Pobelter does burn to death thanks to ZionSpartan, but EG thinks they have control over the dragon. Down to half. Oh, Krepo!
Spear's still available, though. Blue buff on
there's no smite. There's no smite. It's picked up with the javelin anyway. Nintendude, oh man, doesn't even need to be part of the team. ZionSpartan picks up the kill. Javelin lands on the Yellowpete. Zion shows up for InnoX. He's gonna have the slow up soon. Can he keep chasing? Wow, Shiphtur made so much happen there.
This is really, really bad for EG. Not only did they lose the dragon to the spear, but they also lost control of the map, and it will be another turret. All right, let's take a look again here, because Snoopeh, he got hooked, and Daydreamin went on him because they had just done an exchange down bottom. Meanwhile, Krepo stunning all the damage here. Snoopeh thinks they've got control of the area, but since the ult went on Elise, who was going to die already, wow, more people dying while we're watching the replay.
Does some damage, didn't even need to ult flash for it, but that's fine. 8-3, mid lane turrets dead, 3-0 on turrets. Wow, Ko's doing great this game.
All right, too much happening there, even during the replay. Everybody down, the tower. So Ko's really running away with this one. Now Pobelter is trying to get his split push game rolling here. That's pretty much their only answer at this point. Trying to split push that bottom, and siege up with the Caitlyn. Yellowpete definitely a couple inches away from death there. Has to watch out from all the skill shots.
Bottom lane turret gets successfully split pushed though. Pobelter taking that one. Coast not afraid of that one. First turret to go down for their team. I want to point out WizFujiiN's weird build though. He opened up with a BF sword, and now he's going towards a Ruin King. And it might be Ruin King Infinity Edge, or he just like wants the Cutlass for lifesteal and goes somewhere else, but I've not seen this particular opening from an AD carry before.
Yeah, interesting split there from him. Probably had to do with the gold values on backing. That's what a lot of the answers are whenever we see those split buys.
Yeah, it costs 600 to go from Vamp Scepter to Cutlass, and so he could have waited 200 gold for a Bloodthirster and just decided, nah, I'll do something else here. See where it goes. It'll be interesting.
one does not simply wait for 200 gold
Not in the base.
in the base.
Kill a couple of minions. Nintendo some damage on a Yellowpete, who does have a Bloodthirster done. Ruin King does come out for WizFujiiN. So
They're getting a top turret for this.
Yeah.
Pressure mid, though.
this is good splitting.
InnoX should be able to do this. Now, we've seen this come so much here from Coast, where there's the Elise, Nidalee, and Thresh combo. And it's all about the one skill shot landing, chaining into multiple skill shots. We just see those three together so often. And it also just doubles the importance of blue buff for that team, because they really need to be able to keep up Shiphtur's mana. So not only will he be looking to get every single one of his blue buffs, but control of the EG blue buff also extremely important to them. So now that they have this lead, I'm expecting a lot more vision into the jungle of EG here from Coast. Currently, they haven't been able to get anything down up there. But now, since they do have control, maybe they'll be able to have some scouting missions.
Let's see what they do with this one. Still only one red trinket for Coast. So they're not really removing vision. They're happy to get just wards up for themselves.
Don't worry, the spear missed. Camera guy, you're cool.
He was trying to juke it himself. Blocking the cursor away from there.
He got scared. He had nightmares.
The cursor can take damage. InnoX kicked over the wall into Daydreamin. Flay's not going to make him stop. InnoX jumping back over as a dragon. Looks like they're going to be safe, but top lane push has begun. InnoX is not available for this fight. Coast's going to back off as well, though.
This is an interesting dynamic here because they're such a poke-heavy team, but they're the ones pushing. They really rely on Thresh for all of the counter engage here. If you can set up a good box, then it will really allow them to continue to throw out multiple spears. They're just looking to sit here as long as possible. As soon as Shiphtur hits one onto one of those priority targets, that's a low priority target.
Okay, Snoopeh getting a CC. That has to run backwards there. Doesn't pop his ulti yet, but he's squishy now. These tanks losing health pretty rapidly. Javelin's still coming through. I think they might be one wave away from getting this turret.
ZionSpartan going through the bush that does have a ward in it, and he still lands his skill shot.
You must have Randuin's Omen second. So he kind of was aware of what you were talking about before, the Pobelter ZionSpartan matchup, and he's like, I can't let Zed beat me.
Exactly. All right, they go pretty weak on the turret this time, actually. Not a lot of offensive wave clear. Snoopeh goes hard.
He pops the ulti, pops the ghost. He goes in for Nintendo. There comes Pobelter. They find WizFujiiN. He is likely to die in this one. So much pain coming across from Pop's barrier. The shield from ZionSpartan keeps him alive as he kites back. Pobelter in the front lines. Not where he wants to be. ZionSpartan doing the acrobatics. Can he get to the lantern? Get out. He's trying. There he goes. Safeguards to the lantern and makes his way out. 1-for-0 in an acrobatic battle.
And Nintendo lived as well. 50 HP he was down to, right back up there. They've got a blue buff Nidalee on their team. Easy to re-engage on the siege. Great job by Coast kiting out there. They were able to effectively deal with all the hard engage here from EG. Snoopeh leads the charge here as he should. Pobelter flashing in and getting the full combo onto Wiz. They actually blocked the ace in the hole. That was huge. Full culling to Pobelter. And this is where Zion finishes him off.
The knee to the back.
So he could either safeguard a Wiz or the Lantern. Lantern looks way cooler.
Yeah,
and Wiz backed off there, so style points for Zion.
And it's 2 shields. Once you land, you get your safeguard shield and the Lantern shield. Make sure you don't take too much damage on the way out. In addition to the style points. Pobelter back to the bottom line. Level 13 of this guy. Has his Brutalizer done. The last Whisper coming soon. So that'll help cut through the massive armor stack Zion got from his Randuits. Looks like Zion's going to keep going for attack damage, though. Interestingly to note, not a Sightstone rush laner. There's the ulti in on towards Daydreamin. Not the best spot for poor Pobelter. They're trying to run away. Q lands with WizFujiiN, gets the kill. A little bit overextended there. No wards, and Krepo down to half.
Man, Coast are making these plays down bottom without even extra ward coverage in the jungle.
Yeah.
Nobody really with good vision on the map right now. And that's basically exactly what Shiphtur wants. He's glad if everybody's blind in this game because it makes it so much easier for him to land high priority spears.
Zion too will be on equal footing. Turret going to take some damage now. Tier 2, it's a 5 versus 4 for now.
Too many blind Lee Sin-Jers, I'm sorry, I won't give it to you.
5 versus 3. There we go. Turret's going to go down. InnoX also not in the best spot, but can turn into a dragon to get away. Zion jumps forward, doesn't land the Q on a Yellowpete. Don't think it would have gone for it anyway, but still would have looked cool. Pobelter back up in the mix. It's going to be 5 turrets down to 2 right now. Coast still in control pretty well here. Baron is on the table. Dragon's dead for now.
They also have the timer for the blue. Oh, they don't have the timer, but they have the camp cleared for the EG blue buff. So when it does come up, they will know about it. They have to go deal with this top wave, though. That's such a giant wave at their top turret. This will be a small lull in the action as Coast go to defend their perimeter.
So as we kind of go back into a lull, I want to point something out when we saw the gold tab up a second ago. So Pobelter's the only guy who even has 7,000 gold on the team. He's at 8,000 for himself, so he's very far ahead of his teammates. Whereas Zion's at 9K and WizFujiiN and Shiphtur are both at 8 or almost 9,000 themselves. So the big three carry forces are significantly far ahead of their counterparts here from EG.
Yeah.
And it's making the head-to-head matchups very difficult. Because you just like, well, I just have a better AD carry and just a better top laner right now.
Pobelter has so much pressure on him. And a lot of the wins for EG, too, it is Pobelter who takes control of the game. Wasn't able to do that this time because wasn't able to get out of lane quickly enough and go affect other areas. But man, is he trying his darndest.
And look at this build from WizFujiiN. I was wondering where it would go. It is Ruin King Infinity Edge. I like going back to it because I'm an AD carry player and it's interesting to me when they do different things with the builds. Because the order is usually really important. But, so it's a lot of upfront damage. He's going to hope to land crits on a pretty low crit chance. See where he goes next with it. Shiphtur has added Morella and Amakan to his build. Said, you know, I don't really need magic resist. It's pretty much an entirely physical damage enemy team. So it doesn't go for Athenes. Just says, you know, tier Morella and Amakan's enough for me.
It also ensures that he gets his power boost really quick.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait a long time to finish a whole death cap. Boom, you've got extra cooldown reduction, a giant chunk of AP, and they want to press the lead while they have control of the game right now. Keep up this massive amount of pressure. Pobelter not with the rest of the team.
Oh,
they go for the hard engage.
Krepo, but it's going to be a stun on Nintendo. The Q coming across. Do they have the damage to take down poor Annie? ZionSpartan sure does. Jumps in now, gets a double kill, has a lantern, gets away safely. 2-0 fight. Javelin on Pobelter. Fight's going better and better and better for Coast.
Yeah, they don't have a talisman upgrade on EG, so it's very hard for them to run away, disengage from this Coast team. And now they can chain this. So much vision control on the red side. You know, they did ignore the blue, but Baron buff, the purple buff, much more important. And Coast can secure it after that kill. Great turn.
See what else they got here, Baron. Yeah, it's going to get popped. Mid-turret goes down as a trade, but heck, worth it for Coast right there. 2 of 3 dragons, 1 Baron. Check the replay.
All right, so spear, another spear onto Krepo. That's been brutal. Landed several of those this game, and once Zion comes in, there's no chance for them getting away. Giant double kill there for him.
An InnoX flash thinking the kick might have been for him. It wasn't. It executed Snoopeh there, but that was the flash there for InnoX. Pobelter on the split push. We have our first chance to watch Pobelter versus ZionSpartan.
It's not even fair at this point, though, because Zion's been getting so many kills with the rest of his team. And
he's chasing him down.
Baron. Yeah, well, he's got Nintendude cutting him off. You gotta feel bad for Pobelter in this situation.
Q lands.
He's toast.
Ooh, the Ruin King active. Yeah, that's a kick in the back of the head. ZionSpartan picking up another kill. Wasn't a fair fight. It's 2 for 1, but, you know, still, he won the battle. 8-1-2, by the way, top lane Lee Sin. The first we've seen of the LCS at all. At least in a very long time. Certainly this season.
Oh,
he gets picked up by InnoX. That's going to be nice for him.
Yeah.
Axe not going to land.
Gotta count those small wins.
Yep.
When you're down like this, so they were able to take that red at least. Trying to defend. Outer turret, though, all the pings are blue, so Coast feeling very confident about running in on this one. Delayed defense here from EG. Oh, there he goes!
Tibbers comes in onto 2. Let's see if they can get much more out of this one. Nintendo trying to run away. Gets him McHale's. There comes the Javelin in the back. The battle's still going on. Hook onto InnoX. And jump into the back line. ZionSpartan maybe overextended. Can't quite find the kill onto Yellowpete. Jumps back over the wall. Nice escape there. A 1-for-0 as InnoX falls. The mid lane siege still going on.
They really wanted Zion there. That would be a legendary shutdown. Good chunk of change, but they weren't able to grab it. And Pobelter on the outside here. Man, we really said solo lane focused teams. Both of these guys. Turns out, though, Zion, much bigger influence on this game.
Yeah. And it was just corrected. InnoX did play top Lee Sin before this split. Turns out Zion just having a better game this time around. Making the champion work. Going to push down in towards the mid inhibitor. Zion zoning the entire team out by himself. You don't want to deal with this guy. Inhib's going to be going down 29 minutes in. Baron buff still on these guys as well for a minute and a half. And Coast looking so good here.
Yeah. Really, really hard here for EG. They don't have a whole ton of options. It's pretty much their bright star, Pobelter, gonna have to find some people off guard and, you know, hope for some numbers in his favor. E.g. maybe look for a bush gank now. They can't even defend at turrets, so they really have to catch somebody just making a mistake.
We'll see if they can find it. Pobelter is still rich. He has the
he's
damage to kill
trying
people.
here. He's searching for that solo kill.
Yeah, if it comes from anyone, it's him.
Well, Dragon popped up, so Pobelter has changed his course.
Hey, I mean, it's worth more than a kill. I would take Dragon over Champion kill almost any day.
Yeah,
helps the team.
It's a great comeback. Cool. That's a lot of bonus experience too.
1,200. 1,200 gold for that one. Gonna help them. They're down 12,000, so 10 more dragons and they're even.
Yeah, there you go.
Give us an hour, we'll be good.
That's a drop in the bucket so far.
A tenth of the bucket. Small bucket.
Fills up with 10 drops?
Yeah, apparently.
That's a small
You just
bucket,
did the math.
right.
Yeah, it's a thimble. Dropping the thimble here. Koz looking for the bottom lane push again. Javelin smacks the minion in the face. You heard that sound. You know he killed that poor minion. There's its soul right there. By the way, minions have souls. You just learned.
You just learned that?
I mean,
Thresh has been in the game forever.
I don't pay attention. I'm not a support player.
Not forever.
Only some of them know. Some are redheads.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh no, Yellowpete, no, please!
Oh, goodbye. He drops. Krepo also down to half. Not the best thing right here. InnoX trying to run away. He's going to survive. Culling doesn't do as much damage to him.
He said, sorry guys, I will at least shield you from this culling though.
Yep. Unfortunately, 1-4-1, but a lot of armor on that guy. Push in towards the Nexus. 2 inhibs dead. The jump comes in. ZionSpartan just making things happen. Down goes 1. Can they find more? InnoX drops low. They get Pobelter as well. Everyone is just dying right now, and Coast barely taking damage. Oh, Daydreamin! Oh, he goes down. Ruins his desk. He face palms the desk. He like headbutted his keyboard. Takes his perfect game away. 1-1-13. Daydreamin, shame on you for being greedy for the kills, but Coast are going to take sole control of 5th place with a win over Evil Geniuses.
Man, Zion really doing his work again, carrying Team Coast here. Beastly plays from him up top. I'm happy that we did get to see that Hydra Lee Sin though. He's a big fan of it. Got to show that it does work in competitive play here at LCS.
Did a great job against one of the typical top laners too. Tanky top laner, Shyvana, he at level 6 first, put the execute down right when there was level disparity, 6 versus 5.
Yeah, I was prepping this one with the, oh yeah, Lee Sin and Elisa are great tower diamond combo early on Shyvana. He did it all by himself. Nintendo was just there to screen out the other junglers so they could have their 1 versus 1 fight. And Zion came out on top.
Turns out you just need Elise.